Hey guys, the Bears Fan of 6 here, and today we're going to talk about preempt single target skills. I pulled all these fighters off of Wiki. If there's a fighter or two missing, do apologize on the Wiki list. If it didn't list them, I didn't find them. But I believe this is all of them. So let's go ahead and take a look. So how preempt works. Preempt single target is based on attack. So rank 3 natural skill launches when the enemy line forms, targets one foe. So how we're going to do it, we're going to compare the rares first from worst to best, and then we're going to compare the epics from worst to best. This is mostly just based on attack because preempt goes first and it attacks first, so thus defense and health don't matter too much other than unless you get outsped by another preempt or thwart. So let's take a look here. So the worst preempt in the game is Bright Plum. He has 669 attack. We're not going to spend too much on these guys because they're pretty just basic. The second is Humasi. It's the toad frog guy that they actually used again in an epic form where the guy's riding him, Petro, whatever his name is. 690 attack. Sam has 713 attack. He has an identical rare fighter, but the other fighter has slightly more HP, as you can see here, 951, but 713 as well, preemptive depth. Then we got Evan Glory, who's 954, which is still preemptive depth. And then we have Abzuberzant, who's actually decent, 2105 attack. He actually ranks in the epic category, to be honest with you, because of his attack is actually higher than a couple of the epics. So I'm actually going to move him into the epics then and show you guys over there. But Zuberan's the best rare preempt there is. So let's move on to the epics. Like I said, we're not going to spend much time on the rares. Alright, so first epic in last place is Lesney, something like that. Comes in at 1252 attack, 1645 HP, 854 defense, and 3070 agility. It's a depth, which is pretty bad, which sucks. But it is what it is. It's a very low end preempt epic. The next one is Saintai. Let's go with that. 2000 HP, 1551 attack, which is the biggest bulletin point here. Defense 1070, agility 3667. Agility really doesn't matter, like I said, other than if you're going up against other preempts. But other than that, this means nothing because preempt pretty much almost always goes first, other than thwart. There's only a few thwart fighters, and they're pretty rare to find people using them. Elite skill, which is what we're looking for. You want elite. The next one is the recolor, Razia. I actually pulled this from an epic build once, 2022 HP, 1542 attack, 1051 defense, 3775 agility. Still elite, which is good. I just noticed I was having some web browser issues. Accidentally ranked the order wrong for attack, at least. She would be Razia would be next after Lency, and then it would be this one here. Doesn't matter too much now because we're on the tail end of the epics. Next I would put a Zuberzant. The reason why, now his skill is adept. It is one level below elite, but here's the thing though, is he has like 600 more attack, roughly 550 more attack. The difference between adept and elite, I'm pretty sure his extra attack would make up for it. The real thing is though, is when I'm ranking them by price slash my rank, that we'll be doing here shortly. Where I rank him there would matter more than where he ranks now. But that's where I'd put him. I'd put him in 7th place out of 10. Next, we're going to move to one of the newer ones, Ashnon. So Ashnon ranks number 6 in it. Preempt elite, which is good. 4206 agility, which is good. Attack 1717, HP 2256. I don't know about Ashnon's prices, but he's pretty cheap before. Ashnon's a really good starter, preempt single target, epic with elite skill, which is good. In number 5th, we got Anise, who I actually owned 3 of them for quite some time and used them for PvP. 3165 attack, so it's a huge jump between Ashnon and Anise. HP is 2086, agility is 3285, preempt elite as well. Next, number 4 is S Million, I don't know how you pronounce. Like I said, I'm horrible pronouncing stuff. Don't hammer me too hard. HP 2622, agility, not agility, attack 3989, defense 1363, agility 4136. Overall, good fighter. Like I said, though, when we rank by price is what it really matters. Because no point in buying something that's slightly better unless if it's a ton more. One of my personal favorites next at number 3, Mamars. Mamars is pretty good. 2754 HP, 4189 attack, 1431 defense, 4342 agility. This fighter, I think, is pretty rare at this point, and pretty expensive, but Preempt Elite as well. Nice high attack, high agility as well to help outspeed other preempts, which is good. And decent HP too, 2754. In second place is Viviana. Let's go with that. HP 2856, attack 4341, defense 1482, agility 4503. She's a very good fighter from the Swash and Buckle event, which is a little bit ago, not too far in the past. But overall, a solid fighter. Based on pricing is where we're gonna check to see where she ranks. And finally, number 1, Madrad. He is the best overall for attack purposes. 4708 attack, HP is 1631, defense 1456, agility 2239. Now he lacks in HP and agility, but he has quite a bit of attack, which is awesome. But let me, I'm gonna rank these by price / who I think's better based on the pricing point. So be back in a few minutes while I re-rank them. Alright, so ranking based on my opinion for how good they are, based on also price too, taken into account. Lency I'm going to rank in last place at number 10. It's pretty rare. There's not really many up for trades right now. I don't know if that's common or not, but overall it's still not a good fighter just because of depth, and it seems to be somewhat rare. There's only like 4 offers up, so I was expecting way more, but I would rank this one last place. There's no point in even buying it. Don't even buy it. There'd be no reason to. Next one I would rank is Senti. There was one up for 40 bidders. This fighter is also fairly rare. It wouldn't be worth your money wasting to buy her because there's definitely at least one other fighter that's better, that's a lot cheaper. So this one I'd rank in 9th. Her recolor or its recolor, I don't know who is the recolor, but same thing with this one Arazii. She is pretty rare as well. How much did I see her for? It was like 90 to 120 bidders, which would never sell. There's no reason to ever buy that fighter for that price. So this one as well, I'd rank in number 8th place, I believe, or 8th. I wouldn't buy her either. Next, in number 7th, I would rank Azubazant. The reason why is he's only 5 to 10 bidders. He's for a starting preempt fighter, really good. Nice higher attack compared to the first 3. It is a depth skill, but price makes it super affordable and appealing to new players. In number 6, I would rank Viviana. The reason why is she's super rare right now at this point. She's been out for a while and they haven't reintroduced her into any builds that I know of. She's about 300-ish bidders, plus, minus maybe some, but around 300 on average from what I could tell. She's very expensive. Is she worth it? I don't think so. You can buy preempt alls. That would be better in my opinion, like a derp. I'd buy a derp over her any day. And next, I would rank Marmace or Mamars. I do like him a lot. I actually had one. Price-wise, though, same thing. It's around 220. It's still pretty rare. It's hard to find. There wasn't really many offers up either. Those 2 fighters, to be honest, a lot of the preempt single targets are pretty rare to get. There's only a few that are really out there. There's really only 3, in my opinion, that are really out there to get. In 4th place, S Million, I would rank her. She's also somewhat rare. I saw in the range of around 120 bidders to complete a 5 out of 5. So still pretty rare. I don't think it's worth the price. There's other fighters you could buy. The next one, at number 2, Mardrad. I would rank him number 3. Number 3. One thing I did miss in the beginning, the wisdom is 3,099, which is good because of the stat changes. So he can absorb magical attacks pretty good compared to the other ones, which is nice. His defense is okay, and his HP is pretty low. But the high attack is what makes me rank him as third. He's somewhat not too rare. There's still a lot up. I saw them up for around 160-ish bidders. There's quite a few of them up of him, actually, surprisingly. I see these fighters everywhere, so they seem to be fairly common still. Because I know they're re-released in a dungeon as well for a build. And in number 2, I'd rank Ashnon. Reason why, his price is really cheap still. It's 25 to 30 bidders for a 5 out of 5, which is amazing. Granted, he doesn't do high attack, but you could superfuse a rare into there and boost it up a little bit to make him respectable. But for a new player, this guy's pretty good. I know I hammered him hard during the Objects of Desire event, but for a new player, he's still a good preempt single target fighter that wouldn't be bad to buy. And number 1, the most important one, is Anise. The reason why she's number 1, she's still only about 50 to 70 bidders for a 5 out of 5. Does a good bit of damage for a single target, which is really nice. The HP defense could be higher, but it's whatever. The attack though is good, which I really like, which is why I rank her number 1. But to be honest, guys, preempt single target, in my opinion, they're just a stepping stone for you to get a preempt all line. A preempt all line is amazing. What I would do is when people ask me what should I do with my rogue line and they have single targets, I tell them to work on buying preempt alls and then selling off their single targets. So that's why I wouldn't go all out and buy Viviana, Marmace, MLS, or the MLS or whatever. I can't even talk right now. This girl, I wouldn't buy her. I wouldn't buy any of the high-priced ones. The reason why is you're better off just buying her, saving a lot of bidders, and then when you're ready, you can easily sell her off because people are always buying her as well. But yeah, I use my preempt single targets as a stepping stone to my preempt all. And that's what I would recommend to you as well. But to each their own, you can decide what you want to do. You can agree or disagree with my spell breakdown video as well. But clearly, for price and everything, she's definitely the best fighter. I don't think there's any disputing that. Price-wise, for only 50 to 70, you get a really good single target fighter with higher attack. The next one is basically double the price. That's good. So why would you spend 120 on her when you could buy 2 of her? You know what I mean? For this one here, you could almost buy 3 of them. You could almost do a whole rogue line for the price of 1 of him. And the attack's only slightly higher, so I really wouldn't worry about it. Ashnon's the only one that's somewhat low attack, but the good thing is his price is nice. So Anise number 1, Ashnon number 2, Marjad, Dad, whatever, number 3, Esmelion number 4, Marmace number 5, Viviana number 6, Zuberzant number 7, and then the 3 crappy epics at 8, 9, and 10. But that's it for the spells breakdown video, guys. Please leave the comments. You can agree or disagree with me. Doesn't matter to me. I'll read all the comments. If you like the spell videos, please like. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter to help you find out when live events start. Sometimes I just do random ones. So if you want to catch a live event, follow me on Twitter because I will post there when a live event starts. Thanks again.